After infidelity, one of the main things couples do to rebuild trust is set boundaries. Boundaries after infidelity look like a list of things for your husband to do or not do that are an attempt for your safety and also a tangible expression of him rebuilding trust. His commitment level to the marriage lies on if he complies to the list you've created for him or not. But here's the kicker. Your fear of trusting him again and being hurt keeps you from trusting him, no matter what actions he takes. In essence, you don't trust what he's doing or not doing because fear is blocking your intuition. So it doesn't matter how many boxes he checks or how sorry he really is, your fear will not allow you to truly rebuild trust in your relationship. Let's look at a common example of what I mean. After trust has been broken, many couples agree to an open book policy where anytime you want to check his phone, his computer, track his whereabouts, he complies because he knows he messed up and it's your right to know his business. I went through this phase after my husband's infidelity too, where I became obsessed with snooping and trying to find reasons that validated my lack of trust. But whenever I snooped and didn't find any new evidence, it never satisfied my urge for long. Instead, I just convinced myself that he was getting better at covering his tracks. And this is an example of how fear can keep you stuck. No matter how good your husband acts after infidelity, you'll still end up questioning him to a point where he thinks, why bother? She's never going to believe that I've changed. Oftentimes, what breaks up more marriages than the act of infidelity itself is the inability to rebuild trust and move on from the event. When you retell your story over and over again, you are allowing yourself to get re-traumatized by the event every single time, which keeps you stuck, suffering instead of moving on. Think about it. What happens to your body when you start telling someone the story of his infidelity? I bet your heart starts beating faster. You feel anger start to well up. Maybe tears uncontrollably stream down your face as you feel the pain once again, just as strong as you did the day you found out. This is not a healthy way to live or to rebuild a marriage. The event happened and there's no changing the past, but you absolutely can decide the future you want from here. Do you want to allow the past to continue controlling your future? Or do you want to find a more empowering way to heal from this so you can actually put the past behind you and rebuild trust from a place of strength and confidence instead of fear and anxiety? In order to rebuild trust in your marriage, here are the 3 steps you need to take first. Number 1, release the emotional trauma from your body so that you are no longer easily triggered and in fear. When you do this, you'll feel a sense of calm, peace, and clarity that you probably haven't felt in ages. A good sign that you've released the trauma from your body is when you can talk about his infidelity calmly without getting triggered. Number 2, rebuild trust. You've likely started second-guessing your own judgment because you didn't catch the infidelity warning signs sooner. This leads to the sleepless nights of overthinking and the inability to believe him even when he's telling you the truth because you no longer trust your own intuition. This is normal, but without self-confidence and self-trust, it's hard to build a strong marriage foundation. So the next step is to rebuild trust in yourself and your intuition so that you can rebuild your marriage from a place of strength. A good sign you've healed here is when you have that moment where you actually trust something your husband tells you because on a gut level, you can just tell he's being genuine. From there, you can move on to the final step. Number 3, reconnect. Now it's time to reconnect to that part of you that may have gotten lost along the way. That part of you who isn't worried about fitting into a perfect wife mold, that knows her worth and is ready for a marriage filled with mutual respect, trust, and intimacy, and who is no longer willing to settle for anything less. This allows you to come back into your marriage stronger than ever if you choose to stay, or have the skills to thrive in a new relationship if you decide to leave. A good sign you've healed here is that you have ultimate clarity on if you want to stay and work on your marriage or move on. When you take the time to heal on an internal level, you release the fear and become unstoppable in creating the future life you know you want for yourself. If this resonates and you'd like to explore the methods I use to heal these 3 phases, my free masterclass walks you through the detailed steps. Check out the link below for instant access. And if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when future trainings are released.